Some shoes can quietly date your entire wardrobe after 50, and most women do not realize which pairs are doing the damage. Are your everyday shoes making your outfits look heavier, harsher, or more tired than they need to? In this video, I'll show you the 7 outdated styles to avoid and the smarter swaps that instantly make your look feel fresher, cleaner, and more polished. Pair number 1, bulky walking sneakers for clean leather sneakers. Bulky walking sneakers are one of the fastest ways to make a good outfit look older than it is. That sounds harsh, but this is one of those style problems that hides in plain sight. A lot of women over 50 choose these shoes for the right reason. They want comfort, they want support, they want something they can actually wear all day without thinking about their feet. There is nothing wrong with that part. The issue is what the shoe does to the outfit once it is on your body. Most bulky walking sneakers have the same visual problems. The sole is thick, the shape is wide, the upper is broken up with too many panels, textures, and sporty details. Sometimes there is contrast stitching, mesh, silver trim, or an overly built-up heel. All of that adds visual noise. So even if you are wearing a nice pair of straight-leg jeans, a crisp shirt, or a polished blazer, the shoe can pull the entire look back into errand mode. That is why this swap works so well. A clean leather sneaker still gives ease, but it looks far more intentional. The leather reads smoother, the shape is simpler, the sole is quieter. Instead of dominating the outfit, it blends into it and supports it, and that changes the whole effect. Suddenly the outfit looks styled instead of just assembled. This is especially useful if your wardrobe already leans classic. Women over 50 usually do not need more stuff happening in an outfit. They need fewer distractions and better lines. A clean leather sneaker helps create that. It works with ankle trousers, straight jeans, relaxed dresses, midi skirts, and even soft tailoring. It gives comfort without making the outfit feel heavy. If you are wondering what that looks like in real life, think of something like the Nike Air Force One sneakers or the Charles and Keith Jace leather sneakers. Both are linked in the description. The point is not that you need those exact pairs. The point is the shape. Cleaner, sleeker, less athletic looking, more wardrobe, less gym bag. And one more thing matters here. Comfort shoes should not overpower everything else you are wearing. If the sneaker is the loudest, heaviest thing in the outfit, it is probably doing too much. A better choice does not have to be dramatic. It just needs to be calmer. That one small change can make your denim look sharper, your dresses look more modern, and your everyday outfits feel much more put together. Pair number 2, slouchy ankle boots for structured ankle boots. Slouchy ankle boots had a long run because they felt easy. They looked relaxed, a little casual, and for a while that softness worked. But now, this is one of those shoe shapes that can quietly make an outfit look less sharp the second you put it on. The problem is not the idea of an ankle boot. The problem is the collapse. When the leather folds too much, sinks around the ankle, or starts bunching in uneven ways, it can make the whole lower half of the outfit look messy. This matters more than people think because the ankle area controls a lot of the line of an outfit. If that part looks clean, jeans look cleaner, trousers look cleaner, skirts and dresses fall better visually. But when the boot slouches and puddles, it interrupts the shape of the leg. Instead of helping the outfit, it breaks it up. That is why the same pair of jeans can suddenly look dated with one boot and polished with another. A structured ankle boot fixes that almost immediately. It holds its shape. It has a firmer shaft, a neater outline, and usually a sleeker toe. Even if the heel is low and practical, the overall effect is more intentional. You still get all the versatility of an ankle boot, but now the shoe looks like it belongs with the rest of the outfit rather than dragging it down. This is especially useful if you wear a lot of cropped jeans, slim trousers, knit dresses, or midi skirts. Those pieces already rely on cleaner lines to look modern. A structured boot supports that. It gives a little polish, a little discipline, and a little shape right where the outfit needs it. That is why this swap works so well for women over 50. It is not flashy, it is just smarter, and this is where many women get stuck. They think the softer boot looks more forgiving or more casual, so it must be easier to wear, but easier is not always better when the shape starts looking tired. You want a boot that feels stable, not stiff, polished, not severe, neat, not fussy. A simple test helps here. Set the boot down and look at it before you even put it on. If it caves in on itself, wrinkles heavily, or looks limp when standing still, that is usually the sign. A better boot should hold its shape without looking hard or heavy. Once you make that switch, a lot of outfits start looking more current with almost no extra effort. And that same idea of cleaner shape versus extra weight shows up again in another classic shoe that many women still wear. Pair number 3, Clunky platform loafers for refined leather loafers. Loafers are still a strong choice. That is not the problem. The problem starts when the sole gets too thick, the shape gets too heavy, and the whole shoe starts trying to do more than it needs to. Clunky platform loafers had a moment because they looked bold and fashion forward. But on a lot of women over 50, especially with a classic wardrobe, they can feel too heavy and too forced. Instead of grounding the outfit, they dominate it. That is why a refined leather loafer works better. It still has structure. It still gives that polished, capable feel loafers are known for. But it does it with a cleaner line. The sole is lower, the upper is neater, and the overall shape feels more balanced. It adds presence without shouting. That is the difference. This matters because loafers are often worn with pieces that already have some weight to them. Straight leg jeans, full trousers, cropped pants, shirt dresses, and light knits all work with loafers. But if the shoe is too thick and too bulky, it can make the entire outfit feel bottom heavy. Suddenly the eye drops straight to the shoe and stays there. That is rarely the effect you want. A refined loafer makes the opposite thing happen. It helps the outfit feel grounded, but it does not interrupt the line of the leg or the hem. That is why it often looks more expensive too. Expensive style is not always about labels. A lot of the time, it is just about proportion. When the scale of the shoe works with the clothes, everything looks calmer and more intentional. This is especially useful for women over 50 because the goal is usually not to chase a trend. It is to find pieces that make the wardrobe look cleaner and stronger. A good loafer can do that for years. It can go casual with denim, polished with trousers, or slightly dressy with a skirt, but it needs the right shape. Once the sole gets overly thick or the design starts looking aggressive, it loses that timeless quality. The easiest way to judge this is simple. Ask yourself whether the shoe frames the outfit or steals attention from it. A good loafer should support the outfit. It should not feel like the loudest item you are wearing. Clean leather, a modest sole, and a balanced profile usually do far more for style than a chunky trend piece ever will. And if loafers can get too heavy, flats can go wrong in the opposite direction by becoming too soft and too shapeless. Pair number 4, round, dated comfort flats for pointed or almond-toe flats. Comfort flats are not automatically outdated. A good flat can be one of the hardest working shoes in a wardrobe. The issue is that some older styles have a very specific look that can age an outfit fast. Usually it comes down to shape. A very round toe, thick edging, soft construction, and an overall lack of definition can make the shoe feel a little flat, a little safe, and a little too old-fashioned. That is why pointed or almond-toe flats are such a useful upgrade. They bring definition back into the outfit. They help extend the line of the leg, they sharpen up denim and trousers, and they make dresses look more considered. You still get the practicality of a flat, but the effect is far more polished. This matters because flats are often the default shoe. Women reach for them constantly. They wear them to lunch, errands, dinners, appointments, travel days, and everything in between. So if your everyday flat is quietly aging your wardrobe, that same problem keeps repeating every week. Updating the shape changes the baseline. It improves the outfits you actually live in. One reason older round-toe flats can look dated is that they remove tension from the outfit. Everything becomes a little too soft. A pointed or almond toe adds just enough edge to keep things looking modern. Not harsh, not severe, just clearer, and that is really the word here. Clarity. A better flat gives the outfit a cleaner finish. This is especially helpful over 50 because so many women want shoes that are easy without looking dull. That is exactly where this swap comes in. You do not need a sky-high heel or something trendy to look polished. Sometimes all you need is a flatter shoe with a more defined front shape. That one small change can make a huge difference. And there is a common mistake here. Women often assume that if a flat looks softer, it must be kinder to the foot. But softness in appearance is not the same thing as actual comfort. You are not choosing a shoe to look gentle. You are choosing it to work with your wardrobe and feel good on your feet. A softly pointed or almond-toe flat can do both. So if your flats are making every outfit feel a bit too plain, this may be the easiest fix of all. A cleaner toe shape can instantly make the same clothes look fresher, slimmer, and more current. Pair number 5, cork wedges and heavy casual sandals for sleek leather sandals. There is a certain kind of warm weather sandal that can date an outfit almost instantly. Usually it is the kind with a thick cork wedge, a bulky footbed, heavy stitching, or too many straps doing too many things. These shoes were popular because they felt casual and easy, and in some cases they still are comfortable. But style-wise, they can make spring and summer outfits look heavier, older, and less polished than they need to. The problem is visual weight. When the shoe looks thick, dense, or overbuilt, it pulls the eye straight down. That matters even more in warm weather, when the rest of the outfit is usually lighter. Linen trousers, cotton dresses, cropped jeans, and simple skirts all want the outfit to feel airy. A heavy, casual sandal works against that. It interrupts the softness of the clothes and gives the outfit a clunkier finish. That is why a sleek leather sandal is such a smart replacement. It keeps the outfit open and light. The foot looks cleaner, the lines look calmer, and the whole outfit starts to feel more refined. This does not mean the sandal has to be tiny or delicate. It just means it should be simpler. Cleaner straps, smoother leather, and a more minimal shape usually do much more for style than a thick wedge ever will. This is one of the best updates for women over 50 because it makes warm weather dressing look instantly more elegant without becoming fussy. A sleek flat sandal or low leather slide works with denim, relaxed trousers, dresses, and matching sets. It feels easy but still put together. That balance matters. You do not want a shoe that looks like it belongs only on holiday or only at the beach, unless that is actually where you are going. If you want examples, the Saint Laurent Tribute mules in smooth leather flat and the Valentino logo cutout slide sandals show the direction well. Again, the point is not that you need those exact pairs. It is the cleaner silhouette that matters. Less bulk, less cork, less visual noise. A simple question helps here. Does the sandal lighten the outfit or weigh it down? That is really what you are deciding. If it looks like the heaviest thing you are wearing in late spring or summer, it may be time to let it go. Once you switch to a sleeker leather sandal, the same outfits often start looking fresher with almost no extra effort. Pair number 6, over-decorated dress shoes for minimal slingback heels. This is the pair that catches a lot of women because dress shoes often stay in the closet for years. They come out for weddings, dinners, events, and special occasions, so they do not wear out quickly. But that also means they do not get updated very often. And that is how a woman can end up with dress shoes that still look good in condition, but quietly make the outfit look 10 years older. Usually the issue is too much decoration, big bows, shiny buckles, overly glossy patent finishes, heavy trim, crystals, contrast details, or anything that makes the shoe feel like it is trying very hard to be noticed. That kind of dress shoe can start to feel stuck in another era. Instead of elegant, it reads as overly styled. Instead of polished, it can look fussy. A minimal slingback heel is a much better option. It has structure, shape, and femininity, but it feels lighter and and more modern. Slingbacks also tend to feel easier than a full pump. They are less severe, often more wearable, and they work beautifully with both dressy and semi-dressy outfits. That versatility is what makes them so useful. For women over 50, this kind of shoe often hits the sweet spot. It is polished without feeling stiff. It is elegant without looking like it is trying to relive a formal wear trend from another decade. And it can lift almost everything. Tailored trousers, dresses, skirts, dark jeans with a blazer, even a simple blouse and slim pants all benefit from a clean slingback. This is where restraint becomes your best friend. A better dress shoe does not need to impress through decoration. It impresses through line. It looks good because the shape is good. That is why it lasts longer, stylistically too. Simple shoes age better than embellished ones because they are not tied to a very specific moment. If your dress shoes are always the first thing people notice, that may be the clue. A strong shoe should finish the outfit, not take it over. Clean toe shape, modest detail, and a lower or mid-heel usually do far more for real elegance than flashy extras ever will. And once you start looking at dress shoes that way, one more very common style starts to feel less appealing too. Pair number 7, sky-high stilettos for low pumps and kitten heels. Very high stilettos are not automatically outdated. They still have a place. But for everyday style, and especially for women over 50, they are often the wrong tool for the job. A very high heel can make an outfit feel too hard, too formal, or too effortful. It can also make the woman wearing it look like she dressed for a version of the occasion that is much more dramatic than the reality. That is why low pumps and kitten heels are usually the smarter move. They still give shape, they still lengthen the leg, they still bring polish, but they do it in a way that feels believable and modern. That word matters. Believable. Good style over 50 usually looks strongest when it feels settled, not strained. A lower heel tends to support that. This is not about dressing down. It is about bringing elegance closer to real life. A lower heel is easier to walk in, easier to wear for longer, and easier to style across more settings. Lunch, dinner, work, events, church, travel, evenings out, all of it becomes simpler when the shoe looks polished without demanding too much from you. And that is where sky-high stilettos often lose. They can look more performative than practical. The outfit starts looking built around the heel instead of supported by it. A low pump or kitten heel tends to do the opposite. It completes the outfit quietly. It gives a little lift and a little sharpness, but it still lets the woman come first. If you want a clear example of that direction, think of something like the Charles and Keith Jace slingback kitten heels or the Calvin Klein Gabriana kitten heel pumps. The links are in the description. Again, you do not need those exact shoes. You are looking for the effect. A lower heel, a cleaner silhouette, and something you can actually imagine wearing more than once. That is the real test. The best dress shoes are not the ones that look impressive sitting in a closet. They are the ones you reach for because they work. If a heel only earns its place on very rare occasions or only when you are willing to suffer through it, it may not be giving you much back. A lower heel with a clean shape usually gives you more style, more use, and much more ease. You do not need to replace every shoe you own to look more current. Usually a few smarter swaps make your whole wardrobe feel fresher. If you want to see the styles I mentioned, the products are linked in the description. Subscribe for more simple style upgrades for women over 50 and watch the next video on your screen now because that one will help you fix the rest of the outfit.